Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Turf Today podcast, presented by True Turf, Rolling Perfection. I'm your host, Adam Kershane, joined by my buddy, Trevor Larson. And today we are bringing you episode number 31, featuring Scotty Hebert from Grass Clippings in Arizona. That's right, this one's pretty lit. But before we get into anything serious, let's check in with our boy. He's wearing the old, I should say new, fresh, still got some creases in it, number 62 Jason Kelsey jersey. What's going on? Looking good, but not looking too excited.
My greens mower broke today. My tea mower broke. My buffalo blower broke. I literally only have a rough unit that has 4 of the 5 decks working right now. That is the only mower I have.
You're down to the nitty gritty.
I don't want to say Jimmy rigged, but I finagled my way into making one of the Jacobsons hopefully work. Nice. It's got nice reels on it. It's got good cutting units, but is it going to last all 18 greens? That's the question.
That is the question.
My money is on new. This mower has 0 track record of completing all 18 greens with a cleanup. Sometimes it'll do it with no cleanup, but we need to clean up. So we were trying to verticut this morning, and I get a call. Go out there, sure as shit, things seized up. So we had to take the reel off, call someone to bring me some rope so I can hold up the little fucking holder thingies, and then take the reel with them in the cart and drive a two-reeled fucking mower to the pro shop and go to the GM and be like, hey, can't mow the greens or do anything in general to the greens ever. And he's like, what do you mean? I was like, the fucking mower's broken. Like, we got nothing, dude. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, that's so hard to without a mechanic. What do you do? You know,
I have to try and fix it.
Yeah, but if you're not mechanically inclined, it's tough.
So I get the aerator and the top dresser and a tractor truck. It was like a mid-size. It's like a semi-pro gator. You know, like the bigger ones that like dope superintendents have, but not the standard turf cat, whatever they call them. Turf
like
X,
not whatever. The heavy duty one.
Yeah, that's a pro gator. So this is like the in between.
Okay.
So I got one of those. It's beat to shit, but I've had it before. It's still a sick ride, and it'll get the job kind of done, I think. The fucking top dresser doesn't work. It starts, but
you need that.
Yeah, the belt doesn't turn. The spinners don't spin.
Definitely need those.
Like sick, dude. It's the remote. There's something with it. But it's like sick, cool. I love you guys sending that stuff, and it'll get fixed. We have time, but it's like, dude.
Yeah. So what do? They send somebody out there, or do you have to send stuff off?
No. So it's not from the city. It's from one of our other courses.
Okay.
And their mechanic's gonna come next week and fiddle, and he's fucking good. So I'm not worried about it. It's just something silly with the wiring somewhere.
Just one of those things.
Yeah. It was just like starting it and testing it, and I'm like, are you fucking serious?
like come on,
dude.
So did you look at our questionnaire a little bit today? Have you heard of that grass clippings before?
No.
Okay. All I can tell you about it is that it's a golf course that's fully lit. So at night they play
dope
all the time. So we got some questions.
Sold.
Like, how do you do this shit? You know?
Sold. So it's in Connecticut? Yeah, this is the right one. Yes, it is. Sold.
Yep. How do you say this guy's last name?
Hebert.
Hebert?
Yeah, okay. Hebert.
I was going to say, Hebert.
Hebert is probably what it is.
Herbert. I don't know.
It's not Herbert. There's no R except in the back, which was for like, the Bert.
So it's like Hubbard. But I guess somebody wouldn't say that.
No, I think not Hebert. What did you say it was?
Hebert. I forget now.
Hebert.
Scotty Hebert.
Yeah, that sounds.
Hebsy? Yeah, it's either Hebs or Hebs. Yeah,
I'd go with Hebs because it sounds way more fun.
Yeah, Hebsy. Well, I guess we'll see. We'll let him tell us about it. But yeah, I thought that was so cool, and they actually reached out to me, their whole like organization, saying, "Can we get somebody on to talk about this golf course and what we have going on?" And I was like, "Well, do you have a superintendent?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, for sure." So. Here we go.
No, he's the director of agronomy. You address him properly.
I should address him properly.
How dare you? I love that their little tag sign at the end of the email, stay grassy.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Stay grassy.
I
I
wonder
think
which
that's the
PGA
tagline,
championship he worked. That'll be fun to ask too.
for sure.
Do you want to do some questions?
Yeah, we could
I think I got 11.
We could do a couple and then do some with him because I got two messages in the last couple weeks saying it's fun when you guys do the questions with people too. So you kind of have
Well,
like more people kicking in, but I don't think we have to like give them all to them.
no, especially not like this fucking heater from Wim, the greenskeeper. Pulled pork or briskets?
I've always been a pulled pork guy.
Dude,
Barbecue
it's
sauce.
yeah, it's if you're giving me like like I don't a brisket sandwich is I'd take a pulled pork sandy over a brisket sandy, but if you're gonna put a fucking brisket fucking meat hunk in front of me,
Yeah,
yeah, that's
hard to say no to,
yeah, it's a toughie.
especially warm. You gotta watch out.
What, you don't eat fucking well, you can eat cold brisket, but no, if you're gonna present me a plate of meat, it better be warm.
Better be warmed. Okay,
Yes.
good to know.
I
Warm her up
only like
first.
warm meat.
Yeah.
Maddie Rodrigue.
Hang on a second, because the Greens
Ooh.
Wimmy was over on our side too.
Oh, whims.
Getting
How
whimsical with things.
whimsical.
So he actually replied to the box with a picture.
You can do that?
Apparently,
Wow.
he replied with a picture of what looks like his smoker outside of a golf course. Kind of cool.
So the question really is to you, Whim. Are you making some fucking pulled pork in that bitch, or are you making
Yeah.
some brisket? What
He's
are you
making
doing?
he's making something. He did leave a comment too. He said, if you guys talk about food, so shall I.
Well played, sir.
He's getting it going.
Well done. Okay. I see you, Whim.
I was gonna ask you, what about the pop-up cups? I have never
Okay.
seen that
Never,
before,
never.
ever.
I don't understand it. What's the point?
It would be the lips. Your hands aren't going in.
Oh, okay.
And
That makes
also
sense.
too, I think for people not having to reach past ground level.
Oh, boo fucking who.
Well, there's people
But
that have those little plugs on the end of their like putters so they can snatch the
old
ball out.
guys, yeah. I don't like what makes the cup lift.
Oh yeah, we got to figure out the science behind it.
Yeah. So I just watched a video and I was like, whoa, that's pretty cool.
I don't know. I was thinking maybe it was a weight thing. Like when the ball sits there, it triggers some sort of
What,
weight
like a
mechanism,
fucking
like a
Indiana
spring,
Jones fucking Temple of Doom shit?
Yeah, it might be really,
But
really
reversed.
expensive. Like maybe it's an electronic sensor.
$1,000 a cup.
Yeah, sensor, little motor.
I don't.
I don't
Yeah, I
know.
don't know. It's kind. It's.
It's gimmicky, but it's cool.
It's
Like if
kind
you
of
go
neat.
and
Yeah.
played, like you'll tell everybody that you went and played this course that had that.
What happens if it malfunctions and like you have a putt to win a hole and it just like and just
Rejects
shuts you
it.
down and there's just like one of those like you just got fucking SWAT teamed at a basketball game.
Oh
Like
man,
Shaq
that's
just
funny.
took you down.
Yeah. I'd love to hear more about it. So if somebody knows or somebody uses it, send us some videos because it was interesting.
Maybe there's a button in the golf cart
Oh,
that
once a hole.
activates it.
But that means somebody's got to be in
There's
the
like
cart.
18 pilot switches.
Just putting up all the cups while you're in there.
Well, yeah, you have to be within the range.
Yeah, but that means you got to be in the cart too, though.
If you're playing fast, you're in the cart already.
Welcome to the Turf Today podcast, proudly brought to you by True Turf. Today, we're talking about a true turf management game changer, the True Turf RE50 electric roller. This machine is no stranger to the turf world. It is a legend. Picture this, 26 greens, all rolled to perfection on a single charge with minimal overlapping for maximum efficiency. The RE50 delivers speed and flawless results just like our gas-powered machines. So with True Turf, going electric doesn't mean sacrificing power. Safety is key for True Turf. With its low center of gravity, the RE50 stays steady on inclines and perfectly balanced for an even roll. Oh, and transporting it? A breeze. With the built-in trailer system, you can switch from transport to operation in seconds, all by hand. And if you need more, we've got add-on options to brush, slice, and spike. So for first-class turf management, choose the one and only brand endorsed by the PGA Tour, True Turf. Visit TrueTurf.com today and experience the future of turf management. Thank you for joining the Turf Today podcast, sponsored by True Turf. setting the standard in turf management today and beyond.
So what's going on in the golf world right now? Have you been following anything?
Live guy tours or live tour guys aren't going to get world ranking points.
Okay, yeah, I did read something that there were some complaints that the rankings aren't right.
Well, I only agree with I think they should be getting world rank. They're still playing top players in the world and whatever, but I believe, like, I didn't really read into it, but I saw it, and this is what I thought too, was they're not playing 4 rounds. They're only playing 3 rounds. So you're not playing the same amount of golf as everyone else.
Yeah.
So it's like,
It's not under the same circumstances.
yeah, I think if they were to play the 4 rounds, or I don't think the PGA ever should buckle to 3 rounds, but like, if everyone was on the same amount of holes per tournament, then there's no reason they shouldn't. So like, I lightweight get it. It's also kind of dumb. It's also super petty. But
Kind of. The PGA has been around for a long time. The Live is
the
so
PGA
new.
doesn't decide it.
Yeah.
PGA, that's the
It's a
World Golf
governing body,
rankings. It's something else. It's not the PGA though. The
Interesting.
PGA, yeah. I mean, who knows how much pull the PGA has or influence or whatever. But
Wow.
So-
And the Live guys just think they should be a part of that, but it's just not the same.
I
Wow.
think they should be, but they should play 4 rounds. I don't know.
Yes.
I really enjoy live golf. It's very fun. The players are good. I like it. I like the idea of the team
Mm-hmm.
and the individual. I dig it. I'm a fan.
So what about Tiger and Rory's new golf league?
The indoor golf. No, fuck a simulator, dude. No.
It's a simulator? It's not a
Yeah, it's
simulator.
indoor. Yes, it is. It's an indoor golf league.
Yeah, but I think it's actually like an indoor stadium that they're hitting balls into.
I could have sworn from all the renderings I've seen, it's a fucking simulator.
Huh.
I will tell you this, regardless of if it's a simulator or not, I'm going to tune in for the first one or
Fuck
so
yeah.
just to see how it's going to be. Absolutely.
See how it is. Yeah, because there's a lot of big names behind it and in it, right?
Well, yeah, it's fucking Tiger. So
True. Yeah, as long as you got Tiger there, some people are showing up.
they did at the Hay, which is Tiger's par 3. Well, he designed it. It's the par 3 course at Pebble Beach that Tiger designed the Hay, and they have. I think it's one of his foundation events. They always bring in youth around the area and out of the area and whatever to play. Some kid hit 2 aces in front of Tiger in one round.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
sick.
right. That's so cool.
And then in the press conference after, he went up and he goes, "Hey, have you ever hit 2 aces?" And Tiger's like, "Dang, he just mic dropped me, huh?" Because the kid's just like, "Oh, you ever done it?" And he like paused. He's like, "Well, you're the GOAT, but like, have you?" And he's just like silent. He goes, "Well, I have."
Got him. Sit down, Tiger.
Oh, he was laughing. He had a good time with it. It was
You
great.
got a chance to take a shot at the big cat. You may as well.
I'm pretty sure the longest hole is like 120 yards, but nonetheless, a hole in one is a hole in one. It is a course. It is set. Everyone is playing it. You hit the ball one time into the hole in one. Simple. Right. We've done this argument a gazillion times.
We've been through it.
You know, it's something we've never been through that got asked today.
Okay. What's
from
that?
Turner Matt 95. Team red or green, Toro or John Deere.
Oh my God. I haven't decided yet. I think people need to keep asking periodically, checking in.
Full on Baroness now. All about it.
Good. Keep them coming. I like it.
Jesus Christ.
That's like the way to say hi to us on the show. Just say red or green.
What is it? Fucking Christmas?
Yeah, that's true, eh?
Speaking of Christmas, I just found this out today from Adam. We'll be taking a few weeks off starting in what? December, November?
Yeah, December. End of November. The show's aimed to end at the end of November. We talked about it way back when we...
Dude, I can't even remember the last episode. I got a text from Rob today about something I said on the show that he was laughing at, and I was like, I don't remember.
No, like, we can't go 52 weeks a year, you know? Like, we need to have a bit of an on-season, off-season, and
that's fine. Just giving the folks on the mowers a heads up.
And a big reason too is that we're also giving people a chance to catch up because I've heard that people are behind. Some
That's
people are very loyal and they're
not
up.
our problem.
You want to just keep her going, eh? Head
Play
down.
that shit in the shower. Play it when you're taking a shit in the morning. Play
Find
it on your
time.
car ride. You make time to catch up. It's not our responsibility because
Yeah, stay up on your turf.
we do have the true members who've been here from day one, and they demand
Definitely.
like 7 episodes a week.
There's at least 300, 350 people that on the first morning day that we drop, they're right in there listening.
I used to be one of them, and then it's been a busy week.
It's been a busy week, yeah.
I had jury duty this week.
You told me you didn't have to go. You fucking ended up having to go.
It was so they do it in groups. They bring in a gazillion fucking people. So
And
when
then
you
they
get
like
your
interview
summons,
everybody, right?
yeah, in the U.S.
Wow.
when you get your summons, at least this is how they do it in San Diego. You call in, and it goes, if you were called in for October fucking yada yada, and you're in group 700 to 715, you must report tomorrow. Blah 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 blah. If you're not in this group, call back the next day and blah blah blah. So I was in like this third or second, like deep in the groups. So I got called in yesterday. You get in, and they're like, "Oh, this case that we're looking for is going to be like an 18-day long case." I was like, "The fuck you?
What'd the guy do?
They don't say in that part of the area. There's like
Okay.
there's like 500 people there, maybe less than that, but like at least 300 people there. It was insane.
Wow.
And so they're like, if you have like blah blah, I have all the excuses, yada yada. So I go up and flip the thing, like I can't miss 18 days of work. Are you fucking kidding me? And so they call the people for that one, and they're like, all right. And that was so we get there at 7:30. They read off the people for that at like 9:30. And I didn't get picked. I was like, yes, all right. And they're like, okay, so you guys, just because your name wasn't called now doesn't mean it's not gonna be. Like, if we get to noon and your name's not called, then you're good. You're set. Your duty is served. And
And you're
every
just
single
sitting
time,
there just
every
looking
single
at
time
other
they
people.
said duty, I giggled. And so 9:30 till it's like 11:40. I'm like, oh man, we are so close. Oh, we got one more panel we need to do. Blah, we're gonna read these names. Like, oh no. And they go through and they fucking read my name. And then we go to the courtroom, and they're like, okay, we just want to get everyone up here and get you seated. We're gonna break for lunch. It's an hour and a half lunch. And then I was like, fuck.
You've been here fucking chilling the whole time.
Fuck.
Break
Luckily,
for
there's a
lunch.
Jersey Mike's close.
Okay.
So
Nice.
I got my number 44. I got
Yep.
my buffalo chicken cheesesteak. It's
Nice. So
the
you
best sandwich
went
there.
back satisfied.
No, I went back still fucking annoyed as shit. So
Just not hungry.
I was still hungry. I'm juror number 4. And so
There
they're
are no
like
responsibilities then.
No, there's a lot. Everything's writing. No, there's like 45 people. One lady gets excused immediately for like a family emergency. Someone called the courthouse.
Oh,
So they had
what
to
a
bring
play.
it down. No, you could see it on her face. It was real. It was something with her kid's school. This like the school called. Like it was legit. But yes, very good play.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I thought of things that I could say to like lie and like immediately be kicked out. And I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking lie. Like, because I love true crime shit. So it's kind of like, all right, well, this is kind of neat. And then they start
might as well
talking
see how
about
the process goes, right?
So it's a fucking DUI case. I'm like, well, it's boring.
There was
And then-
500 people there just because one guy fucking got a Dewey?
No. There's several different trials going on. And so they're
Okay.
picking, so like I said, there was the first group and then there's another one. And sometimes I get, so no, multiple shit going on. Which I didn't know about until then either. I did not expect that many fucking
You saw all the
shit.
500 people and you're like, what did this motherfucker do? Like,
No, I knew it wasn't for one thing because they weeded
okay.
down. You look at any American courtroom, it's like 12 people, 12 or 16. I don't know.
yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah,
'Cause
so
they
they
interview
weed through.
everybody and they kind of need to agree on people and stuff, right?
Yeah. So they start asking the questions, and they're only asking, there's 45 of us or 44 of us. They're only asking 1 through 28. So I'm number 4. So it's like, yes, I'm in this. I can fucking.
I'm here. I got a chair.
I can at least. Oh, yeah. It was a cozy ass chair.
Nice.
The fucking courtroom was dope. It was all fucking cherry and mahogany. It was sick. Yeah. It was good. And the judge was dope. He was funny. He was like, having a good time, but also like you could tell he was dead serious, super on point. Obviously, I mean, he's a judge, he's got to know something, but like he was professional and he made like good timed jokes and like made it move along. And it was like, yeah, I know it's kind of blows, so let's just move through it,
Right.
So that was cool. But we get through all the general bullshit, and the defense attorney, he's like, okay, so you guys know it's a DUI case. It's not alcohol, it was a drug. He's like, would being a drug affect like your decision on whether you'd be guilty or not? And someone raised their hand, they're like, well, what drug? And he goes, it's meth. And so my hand goes up, and like a couple other people, and he's like, okay, juror 4, like, what do you mean? I'm like, he was on meth and driving. He's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, he's guilty.
Illegal.
Like, you just told me he tested positive for meth.
Why are we here?
While driving. Guilty. And he goes, so you wouldn't be a fair and impartial juror? And I said, no, what I just said is extremely fair. He was on meth and driving. Now, if you're talking about, like, have you ever seen someone take a little bit of meth and not be fucked up? Are you fucking kidding me? Now, if he was like, oh, it was marijuana. Well, okay, well, let's see how he was acting.
We got a case.
Okay. Like, yeah, let's talk about that. Like, and he's just like, so you wouldn't be fair and impartial? I'm like, that's fair, dude.
See, it's in the law, sir.
Yeah. And so, like, other people were asking, like, all kinds of these stupid fucking questions. Like, I'm like, God damn, you guys are, like, shut up. I don't quite understand this, and blah, blah, blah. And they're, like, trying to get, like, into it. And they're like, yo, we're picking jurors right now. We're not going down shit. Like, y'all like, calm down. Like,
figure it out.
You can watch Criminal Minds when you get home. Like, chill out. So we're sitting there waiting. They're like, okay, well, this is the first part. Like, we're going to go back and deliberate. And we'll come back. We'll dismiss some people, blah, blah, blah. And I get back, and I'm like, fuck. I was like, in my head, I'm like, all right, I didn't lie.
No, you can't lie.
I didn't lie. Like this, yeah, it's true. You're a fucking meth. You're driving. You're guilty, dude. What the fuck? And so they're like, all right, we're going to excuse juror number 1. There's like a long pause. It at least felt long. They're like, juror number 4. I'm like, and I like kind of fist bumped. Got up and walked the fuck out.
Nice.
Like, I'm out of here.
That's me.
So for all you Americans out there with jury duty, now a pro tip: bring a fucking backpack with snacks. You might not be as lucky as I was with this situation. Bring your headphones, especially noise canceling ones, because there's a lot of fucking stupid people around there who want to get chatty.
Yes.
And then bring like an iPad or something.
Trevor is not having conversations with the public. We know this,
dude.
About you.
One guy like tried to start talking to me. And I just looked at him, paused, and just like, yeah, and just turned back. Didn't even say shit. Just like, no. I did talk to the guy next to me in the courtroom when we were sitting there, because we started talking about football. Because they're like, oh yeah, like you can check your phones now, kind of just chill, da da da. And one guy's like, man, what's the score of the game? And I'm like, oh shit, the Phils are on. Like, they're winning right now. Let's check it.
This episode is brought to you by Turf Fuel, available through Target Specialty Products. Turf Fuel products have been university tested and field proven to make the art of growing grass easier, one blade at a time. Now benefit from the early order program starting on October 1st. Contact your nearest rep for details. You can also check them out on Instagram at Target Specialty Products or by searching Turf Fuel. Scott, how's it going?
Oh man, Eagles fans, watch out for these guys.
Yeah, you know it. You know it.
You're not a Pats fan, are you?
Absolutely not. I grew up in Baltimore, man.
I was going to say he's a Ravens fan. There's no doubt. I was going to say there's no doubt it's Ravens.
Whew, well, we can live with that then. That's good.
Yeah, right. We're all good.
I used to love Ray Lewis growing up. He was the best.
Yeah, right? Even after he allegedly killed people, he was still great. You know?
Allegedly.
Terrell Suggs, dude. That was my guy with the Ravens.
Terrell Suggs. He was a beast. I still got my Ed Reed jersey that I pull out.
Oh, Ed Reed. Yes. Yeah. Ed Reed.
Yeah. They were so good on Madden back in the day.
They were good in real fucking life, guy.
Yeah. I don't know. I had a bit of a Madden stint back in the day. It was good.
But I'm playing it right now.
So good. Scott, we were going back and forth. Is it Hebert or Hebert?
Hebert.
Hebert. Okay.
Got
nice.
it. I'm thinking like 3. I think I'm like 3 for 5 on names.
You say, oh yeah, it's this. Oh no, it's probably that.
No.
And then when he says it, you go, yeah.
No, I commit to my first attempt every time.
Okay. And yeah, you are.
At least
I would
it's
say
my
you
pick.
are usually pretty right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like
You
3 for
definitely
5.
won this one. Okay, fair enough.
Damn right.
Mhm. All right, Scotty Hebert. So where are you joining us today from?
Tempe, Arizona, man, at Grass Clippings Golf Course here. It's our first property, so still in the office. We got a couple cranes on site trying to erect these light poles. And, yeah, it's a war zone out there, man.
What are the light poles for? What are you
Night golf.
doing? There we go. That's
Night
Adam
golf,
was
baby.
telling me about it, and I need to figure out how far Tempe is from San Diego because I need.
Drivable. It's like 4 hours, I think. It's like
Oh,
3
Oh, Trev, that's a trip.
make
shit.
it happen.
I'll see you next weekend, maybe.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, you can come down. The lights won't be up yet. We just started putting up light poles yesterday. They got 11 of them up. We got about 67 more to go. So,
Holy
Oh,
shit!
wow.
yeah, they got to bring in. It's wild. We still got to drill we got 8 more holes to drill on Monday, and they got to bring in this like 70,000-pound drilling rig. And, I got to get this thing around the
Jesus.
golf course, mind you. Yeah, it's been rugged. But trying to get that thing around without smashing sprinkler heads and running up the golf course too bad. I mean, I got the place July 1st, and it's been, maintained by the city for about 60 years or lack thereof, really.
Yeah, don't
So,
get me started with city maintaining.
Don't get him started.
Municipal golf courses are. So that's been fun. So the first 3 months, we're just like trying to turn the water on and just trying to get grass to grow and auditing the irrigation system and getting everything, trying to figure out what's what, because the as-builts I got are like 70% accurate at best and more like drawings. And then so we finally get the course in like a spot where we're like, okay, we made some progress. It's like, okay, now bring in all the heavy machinery and start knocking holes in place.
Right?
Like,
Fuck
Christ.
up everything that we just fixed.
Yeah, dude, honestly, and like a lot of our irrigation that they have in the ground, it's all these like terribly designed loop system. It's not even like good laterals, and like they don't want to run a wire to some of it for the wire pass. So like we're like, okay, the pipe's here, we can't trace it, so I'll paint this line. Hopefully, pothole and find it. It's best bet. They don't find it, but they find it with a trencher, and next thing you know, we got a geyser. So it's like, sick. So
Wow.
it's been fun.
So it was a pre-existing course, obviously, before the lights. Who made the decision? How did it come about to put lights out there and to start the night golf?
So the founders, Jimmy and Jake Hazelton, Pete Wilson, Connor Riley, those are kind of the 4 core guys for Grass Clippings. And it's been their vision for a while, to have a golf course, but given the kind of the culture of the brand and what they want to do, they want to make golf more accessible to everybody and make it a relaxed and enjoyable culture. And what better way to do that than making it play into the night. I don't want to say 24/7 and commit to that, because we got to do
the guy who has to maintain it. Yeah,
yeah. Someone's got to take care of this thing, and there needs to be a designated maintenance window to do so. But yeah, I mean, it was their push on it. I mean, you have these little pockets of lighted golf courses in the country. I think Angel Park in Vegas, and I think there's a couple little tracks in Myrtle Beach. But there's really not many, and they're usually not in great shape. So I'm not saying this place is spectacular by any means yet. We've made a lot of progress, but we'll get there as we continue to progress. And there's lots to be done out here, but it was their real vision. So getting a really great high-end restaurant in here, getting the top tracer driving range set up, getting the lights on, redoing the greens complexes and the bunkers. I mean, it's like a 3-year plan to really feel like we can get this place to the level we really want it to be. But we're getting there, man. Piece at a time.
That's awesome. That's really cool to hear about. We should back up and just hear about how you kind of got there. Were you into turf when you were younger? Is that something you pursued and went to school for?
Yeah. So, I mean, my family, I grew up kind of being around the golf courses and my family, I grew up in Connecticut. So a lot of time at country clubs, playing golf with my parents, my grandparents, family events, that sort of thing. My mom's family actually owns a couple golf courses on the Eastern Shore of Maryland, kind of like Annapolis area, Queenstown Harbor and South River are the main two. And
so pretty much spent a lot of time there then.
Yeah, growing up, man. And the one really cool property, Queenstown Harbor, it used to be like a soy and dairy farm way back in the day. And my mom's grandfather bought the property and converted it from, 18 holes to 27 to 36. So it's got 2 courses. So I was always there as a kid. We have this cool property called River House. We do like Easter and Thanksgiving and all these great holidays with, huge family events, and really got to see that property develop over the years. So golf's always been in my life. I've always played it from, I don't know, age, whatever, 3 on, and never really played it competitively. I was always like soccer, lacrosse, skateboarding growing up, but it's just, one of those things I've always done. Got my undergraduate degree from Randolph-Macon College in Virginia, environmental science and history, and then did environmental construction for about 3.5 years. And I was leaving work every day just to go play golf anyway. It was like driving one of my family courses and just boogieing. I was like, why am I just not here already? Like, it's the same kind of work in nature, like natural mechanics and that sort of thing. And talked to a couple guys that were kind of in the industry, talked to our pro at South River, who was a friend's dad, and he referred to the head superintendent there and told me about the program at the University of Maryland. And within like, I don't know, 2 weeks, I had filled out the application, applied, and like first semester was like starting up. I was like, I'm just gonna go, just shit and get, and got on it, and haven't looked back since. Just kind of committed full bore. Did as much as I could while I was in school. Applied for every scholarship, got involved at Turf Bowl and all the competitions, and just really kind of dug my heels in and got fully involved in it. Did really well in school. My first internship was at Queenstown Harbors at my family's property. I figured the best way for me to be able to learn a golf course was to learn how to maintain a golf course, was to be at a property that I already care about, have a lot of kind of special connections to.
And you get to play golf with your buddies too, which is nice.
Yeah, right. You finish up your weekend work. Like, I'm already here. Like, hey, I know the tee sheet's open, boys. Roll up. Snag a couple carts and let's ride.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I spent my first kind of summer maintaining Queenstown Harbor, and then finished up school that next year. Worked at Congressional in DC and Bethesda. Worked the Quicken Loans there, and like got my first taste of tournament golf. Really had a really cool internship with the USGA, track around with their regional agronomist, and got to kind of visit other courses and see what their problems were and what their issues were, and how they kind of approach the USGA for advice and guidance on how to maintain their properties better, or certain aspects that might be giving them issues. And that was an awesome experience. So I got to kind of see the really kind of hierarchy of it, from the tour side to the USGA, and how they interact with private clubs and public clubs. And girl I was actually dating at the time was originally from Seattle. She wanted to move back to Seattle, and I was like, all right, well, let's just see what happens. We'll move across the country. So moved out to Seattle, worked at Sahalee Country Club in Sammamish, actually, which is just outside of Seattle, about 30 minutes, 20 minutes. Was there for about 3 years. Was tired of getting rained on and it being dark and cold and wet for 10 months out of the year, and bailed.
Seattle.
super over it. I mean, no disrespect to growing grass in that part of the world. I mean, it's all POA, wall to wall. It's just managing those different biotypes season in, season out. But, it's a cool taste, and I learned a ton from being out there, but I was ready to kind of change it up. So from Sahalee, moved across the country, kind of the bottom right corner, if you're looking at a map, down to the Carolinas, and spent a couple seasons at Quail Hollow Club. Got a pretty unique fellowship opportunity there that kind of really got me really involved, not only on the agronomy side, but got to be involved on the golf operations side and the clubhouse. Worked a bunch of events, learned how to grip golf clubs and set up tournament boards, catering, bartending. Really, really cool opportunity. And they kind of plugged me into working a bunch of tournaments. Got to work the Masters, got to work the Augusta Women's Amateur.
You don't have to stop.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you can't just glance over, glaze over that.
I worked at the Masters building down the road.
Yeah, it was cool opportunity.
Whatever.
But it was a cool opportunity there that really kind of fed me in, and then I got to network a lot by going to a bunch of different trade shows too, the PGA show, the club managers, and the golf industry show. Ended up meeting the guys that were working at TPC Scottsdale, and got kind of hooked in with them, and they had an opportunity for an assistant superintendent. And came on board as an assistant at TPC, kind of worked my way up to that super position, and was there for about 4.5 seasons, 5 seasons, hosted the Phoenix Open, traveled back to Quail Hollow to help out with their events, worked a bunch of other tournaments, FedEx St. Jude, TPC Sugarloaf, Mitsubishi Electric Classic. I mean, the tour was great about sending us to other events and really plugging you in. And yeah, I mean, that's kind of the long story short for about, 11 years of my life. And basically when I was still up at TBC, I met the guys at Grass Clippings. They're a local brand, local golf brand, and, got to meet them, get to know them, and shared their kind of ambition for wanting to open their own course. And this opportunity, Rolling Hills Golf Course that was managed by the city of Tempe for whatever the last 50 years came up for sale. And, they were able to kind of pool their resources and funding and support and got the property, leased the land for 50 years. And they're like, hey man, like this thing's full blown. We want to put lights up. We want to renovate this golf course, make an awesome restaurant. And you're our guy if you want it. And I was like, yeah, hell yeah, man. Let's sign the papers. Let's roll.
Nice. It sounds like Sugarloaf Golf Club. They did the same kind of, or they're starting to do the same kind of idea on a smaller scale in New York. So it's cool to see these small, or I mean, obviously the brands are getting bigger, they're buying golf courses, but these start off as these small, cool niche golf brands that grow and get a following and get, this kind of culture behind it. And they're able to do something like this. Like that sounds awesome. And I'm super jealous about that actually.
Yeah, it's awesome to see, not want to say the little guys, but like, your large brands, you got, your PGA Tour guys, and then you got Adidas and Barstool, all these big name players, that kind of have these cool followings. And then you have all these unique smaller groups, you have, like say, Grass Clippings, you got Foreplay Pod that's come up from Barstool and Sugarloaf Social Club. I mean, all these kind of cool followings, like Turf Today is great. I followed you guys. I mean, I think social media has been great for kind of expanding what the greenskeeper, life is like and giving golf more praise and showing more light to it. And it's awesome to be a part of something like that right now, where there is so much support behind it. And it is a very niche industry. It's as big as it kind of is. It's very small and tight knit. It's cool to be a part of, man. I'm having the most fun I've ever had in my entire career.
Putting up light poles.
Man, I can't wait to see the before and after pictures and videos of that place. Are going to be so cool.
Yeah, I have this really cool app called Near Maps. It's like Google Earth, but you have this drag bar. They take a couple aerials each year. I think the first ones are starting like 2015. So I'm able to kind of just see like one side of my screen is like, oh, this is when they renovated the irrigation system. And you scroll over to present day, like, oh, they still haven't taken care of the place since then. Like they just put pipe in the ground and didn't grass it. So cool.
Awesome.
So I'm really interested to see what those aerials look like. And in the coming years, it's like, oh, okay, we made really good progress. So.
Hell yeah. So stepping back to the Masters.
yes. Back to the glaze.
What did you do grounds? Did you work elsewhere? Because you said you've dived into the industry in several different directions. What were you able to do there at Augusta? You said you did the women's event as well. So where were you at?
So that was probably one of the most fun weeks of my entire life, honestly, or 2 weeks rather. One of the members up at Quail Hollow had a house down in Augusta and was kind of linked into the Champions Retreat where they host the women's amateur. So we went down that week a little early I think I was in Augusta for like 3 weeks. Went down early and worked with Scott Slemp and his team at Champions Retreat and got used to their course, did all their data for them morning and night, built their data spreadsheet about how they track everything, because everything they do reports back to Augusta because it's their tournament. So spent, 8-9 days really working their tournament morning and night, getting their data and working for them. And then the following week went to Augusta, do data in the morning, and then would go to Berkman's Place, which is kind of like their high-end ticket. I'm not sure if you've heard of it, but it's like an all-inclusive, awesome kind of experience. There's 5 restaurants in there. Mackenzie's is the one that I was working at, but I was bartending in there. So it's like everyone's already paid their ticket, very corporate ticket. So it's like unlimited food and drink, all you want. 2019 is you're the Tiger one. So I'm just, slinging cocktails and punching in food orders, not having to charge anyone. They're just tipping out. Yeah, it's fantastic. I was getting paid by Quail, getting paid by Augusta, and racking up tips, man. It was awesome.
Wow.
So yeah, I was data in the morning and then bartending pretty much the rest of the day at Augusta, and got to watch, Tiger come knock off Francesco Molinari for his last Masters win after he just got his, butt handed to him. I think it was the Ryder Cup that year. He got buzzsawed by Fleetwood and Molinari. So like watching Tiger make that comeback and everyone kind of like cheering in the bar, and I'm front row just like slinging beers. It was the coolest thing.
That's amazing.
What's the most popular drink there in Augusta, like cocktail wise?
Ooh, man. The year that I was working, they had just come out with Masters Ale, which is like a wheat ale, which is their own beer. And that thing was just flowing from the heavenly gates, man. It was pretty good too. I got to taste that thing. That one's a good one.
Did they have the crow's nest there at that point?
They had the crow's nest, yeah. You talking about the drink or the actual like facility? Like where the
I don't know. I was there this year and they had a crow's nest beer that they were serving on the course.
Oh no, they must
maybe
not.
So maybe it's just the newer one or one that they came out with this year or something.
Yeah, it must be. I mean, I made a lot of Magnolias, tons of Bloody Marys. But yeah, the Masters Ale was slinging off the shelves, man.
Of course, the rich people with the high end ticket are going to get Bloody Marys. Hell yeah,
naturally.
Course, well, they already paid for it too. That ticket.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's hard to say no to a Bloody Mary.
Did you get to see anything out of the ordinary, like maintenance wise or turf wise, or anything that you just kind of blew you away?
One thing that was really cool that I got to use when I was actually at Champions Retreat for the women's amateur, they had this device called the TS Pro, which is like the Stimp Meter Pro, essentially, which is what you use to stimp greens when they're over like green speeds of 13. It has this like crazy on it, and it's like the only way you can really do it. So I get to mess around with that thing for a while. Because I mean, if you've been, you know those greens look like a humpback whale trying to breach through the bent grass. It's just like, where do you get a stimp on this
Where
thing?
do you get a spot? Yeah.
There's another kind of humpback whale that has to do with stimping the greens. I see here. Apparently, you got into it a little bit with Bryson DeChambeau about stimping.
Oh man, that dude, yeah.
That dude.
that was my intern, man. That was that congressional. Yeah, he asked, and the one he had the nerve to ask me, he's like, "Oh, what are the greens running right now?" I was like, "I'm not really supposed to say, man." He's like, "Just tell me." I was like, we're hanging around like 12 and a half. He's like, "Oh, you must be doing it wrong." I was like, I think you're hitting the golf club wrong. Aren't all your clubs the same size, man? Do you even know how to putt?" Like, man, I really don't have to justify this to you. I'm like, I'm not the one getting fired up, man.
Hey, I was just joking, man. Like, easy.
Yeah, dude, he took it. I mean, he's probably on the spectrum. It's fine. These kind of issues.
So you're not over it.
Holy shit, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
I think that's our second guest that's had a pro ask what the greens were rolling, and you're not allowed to tell them.
That's right.
You're really not supposed to. I mean, my thing too, I was an intern then, so I was like, like whatever, this guy. And then he turned into a total douche. I'm like, all right, man, I'm just gonna come at you then.
They're on it at 75. Now shut the fuck up and get out of here.
So my favorite thing to do, like when I was at Phoenix Open, you get everyone just hollering at you, like, "Oh, where the greens rolling?" I'm like, "Oh, they're like red." They're like, "Red?" Like, "Yeah, we changed the scale. We use the color spectrum now." Like, really? I'm like, "Yeah, like green's kind of normal, yellow's a little. But you do not want to be in the purple, man. Holy shit!" And they're like, "Really?" Yeah. Dude, they're drunk as hell. They bought that shit.
Yeah. The color of your
Of course
greens.
they did.
They didn't know any better.
We heard you have a legendary cup cutting story for us as well.
Yeah, that one's funny. I was actually talking that the other day. So when I was living in Seattle, Seattle Sounders are up there. There's actually a really pretty intense soccer contingency. I played in college and everything. So I played indoor adult league and everything. They relegate you up leagues and all that, like based on your performance. And I was playing in a lower league. I think I had like 4 goals or something in the first half. I was kind of being a prick. And I got freight trained. This dude tackled me so hard, sprained my MCL, fractured my tibia. Like, I was jacked up. And this was post college, so like didn't have access to like free PT or anything. So it's like the first or second week after this injury, and I'm working at Sahali, and my boss puts me on course setup. So I'm dragging my leg around the golf course, trying to cut cups, move tee markers, like hobbling through this thing. And for the sake of protecting this member's name, so I'm not entirely sure what it was, but we call her Mrs. Haberkamp. That's always a good go-to. So Mrs. Haberkamp I get through the first 18 holes. I get to the last 9. I'm on one north. I'm on the green. I cut the cup. I go to replace the other one, and I see this ball just like land in the approach and kind of roll up to the green. I'm like, ah, shit, someone's on me. I look up. Sweet old Mrs. Haberkamp, hits it 200 yards at a time, dead straight, but just cruises. I'm like, all right, I gotta go. I gotta book it. So I'm like hobbling my way through the golf course, setting up tees, filling divots, cutting cups, whatever. And she's just on me the whole time. And I finally get through the morning, get through setup, and I get back to the shop and I'm offloading my cart. And my director this time, Tom Houston, great guy, just rolls up and he's just like crying, laughing. And I'm just like, fuck, like what? What is it? Like, did I
miss
a tee marker?
Right,
did I leave a leaner out there? I got a flag stick. Like, what is it? And he's just like, he's cracking up. He's like, dude, Mrs. Haberkamp she just came up and commended me. And she's like, Tom, I am so proud that we are an equal opportunity facility. That special needs guy out there sure cuts a nice cut. And I was just like, oh God, man, she thinks he's like, yeah, you're something else, man. I couldn't keep it together. I told her you're just a real nice guy, and we're happy to have you.
Oh, my
He's
God.
doing his best. Okay.
Yeah. Right. That's Seattle for you, man. Just that equal. I'm so proud we're an equal opportunity for her. Like, yep.
Oh, fuck.
I know, it's great. Right? Fantastic.
And just cutting like fucking unreal cups too. Guy was fucking dialed in out there.
One leg. He's doing a great job.
Man. A hunchback with OCD. All right.
Yeah. It looked like Goofy from a scary movie, man. I was like hobbling through this place. It was terrible.
Holy shit,
Jeez.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was good. It was pretty funny.
Do you have any good stories of actually run-ins with members or golfers?
Oh man, how much time you got?
Yeah.
So where we are now, this place was Rolling Hills for a while, and their clientele has been at best. You get what you charge, you get what you pay for. It's like $20 a time or something. So my assistant, him and I were trying to get this place, into a good spot, watered up. This place has never been hand watered ever, and he's down on 4 green. I'm up on 5, and we're kind of like, leapfrogging through the morning. This group of guys kind of like hits up on the green, and, he's just standing there, doesn't move an inch, and watches this guy just kind of banging into the desert, into the bush. And this dude has the audacity. He comes down there. He's like, hey, did you take my ball? And he's like, no, man, your ball is way that way.
45 yards left.
He's like, no, it's not. It's and of course, this guy comes up, looks in the cup to make sure he didn't get a hole in one.
Oh no, you got to check.
You have to, man.
Every
single shot's a potential hole in one.
You don't see it's a hole in one, right? So my assistant Matthew is just like, no, man, I'm telling you, whenever that way, he's like, I bet you took it. It's a purple top flight. It's like,
yeah, that's exactly what I need in my bag.
Yeah,
it's going on the shelf at Homes.
Yeah, and this guy, so he like my assistant already's had enough of it, and he just leaves his hose on the green. He's still watering. So I need you to move your hose. He's like, I'll move my hose when you move your cart away from the green. So the guy,
I like that guy.
Yeah, dude, he's a
fair trade.
Yeah, like him.
Matthews, and so this guy, like, drops a ball on the green because that's where you should definitely give yourself a stroke, and just putts out. He's like, oh, we're tired of this place. We're leaving. We're getting our money back. And like,
how many putts?
Drives up, stops at me. He's like, hey, we want a refund. I'm like, all $20, man. Have at it. We don't need it. And then go to the golf shop, get their money, and leave. It's like, we don't need you, man.
Jeez, man. Some people suck so much.
Oh,
it's insane, man. So I don't think he's coming back. We might price him out and actually get the tee times up to like $60.
He'll come in and be like, "I used to pay 20 here, man. What the fuck? Why is it 60 now?"
Yeah, everyone's like, "Oh, we don't want you to jack up prices." It's like, well, you're gonna get what you pay for. Like, we're making the golf course better. Like, what do you expect? Like, I can't just charge you $20 and like feel like we're gonna cover everything. We had it was $22 all you could play pretty much from July until September because we only had like 9 holes open. So that was like our give it back to the city, like free rate, just loop as many times as you want. It's 120 degrees, take as much as you can get.
Woof.
But obviously that'll change now that we're kind of getting everything opened up and renovations are starting to come through. Night golf should be a big thing. We'll do some dynamic pricing, the way we kind of set our tee times and for what the course is going to be. Like if we want to rent it out for a day, they're working with that. We've had a great partner in Troon, kind of one of our investors and partners, obviously in that. So they, invest in the business for a reason, but they're able to kind of analyze our market, what's a good price, what's fair based on the product that we have, where we want to set our expectations. We know the course we have currently needs a ton of work. We've made really good progress, but we still have a long way to go before we can get to that like premium rate. So
yeah,
we'll keep it fair.
You'll get there though, right? Just part of the goal. You'll get there. And I want to ask you,
guys do you have on the crew there?
Right now it's about 8 full-time guys, including myself, and then I got 2 part-time dudes they're great because they're like, I can only work weekends. Like, fantastic.
Those are the 2 best days to be part-time, buddy.
They are, and it's great because like my crew, it's like myself, my super, my assistant, and then I have 2 mechanics. So like other than that, I guess I get 10 counting them. So or 11 guys. So I have a crew of like 6 core guys that are hourly. And I think I'm like the first person in the industry to have a 3 weekend rotation. So I got a black, a white, and a green team. So you get 2 weekends off in a row, and then you work your weekend, which normally if you're on this type of work, you alternate weekends, you get 12 on, 2 off. So it's been nice to be able to do that and kind of reward those guys for busting their hump, all summer long. And I mean, to be honest, it's a short course. It's a par 62. I can mow this thing out in 2 hours tops. I can irrigate the entire golf course in 2 hours in the summer. Like we can fly through this place and make it look good. Like, that's what's part of the beauty of this project is focusing on the turf and getting everything great. But like we're able to kind of focus a ton this winter on deserts and really trying to hone in some of these details. There's a ton to do, but we'll be able to kind of set up the golf course and focus on the things we really need to put some effort into.
So once you guys get to that point that you want to get to, what's the maintenance going to look like? Because if you're open all day and all night.
Yeah, pretty much. Come on. Sorry, dog scratching. Come here. There she is.
No. Extra guest tonight.
The spaniel.
Yeah, it's Rye, baby. Rye of Scottsdale. Yeah, so we'll run lights. The idea is to kick them on around at probably 6 p.m. when it starts to get dark and keep them on until midnight. But if you rent out the course, special events at the talk is to keep them on until 2 a.m. We'll see how that goes. Like I said, I can irrigate the course in like less than 2 hours for one cycle. So the maintenance window, but like the upkeep of like people traffic and managing trash. And thank God for GPS on golf carts.
Yeah, that's going to be big.
Some of the mornings that come in here are making me a little nervous to see what we're going to find.
Yeah. You guys are going to be kind of pioneers of it, though, because I'm sure this is something that's going to start popping up more around North America. So you're going to,
I would think so,
kind of pave the way.
I would hope so. It'd be awesome, especially out there
idea.
where it's 120 degrees during the summer. You could go out and play at night when it's only 92 degrees.
Yeah. If you work till 5 o'clock, you can actually still go play golf. It's sick.
Yeah, like that's the idea is, like this is such a bachelor party and like party and hospitality hub. And, it's like there's always people coming in for golf and like people always want to play. There's tons of events and corporate events coming in. The airport's right next to us. So like, yeah, the idea is, you want to go play 18 and hit a restaurant and be everything on site and have that availability. It's there. I think we have a great business model for what we're trying to do. And our location is so prime. I mean, like I said, close to the airport, we're on Mill Avenue. So we're 10 minutes from ASU. We're 10 minutes from Old Town Scottsdale. You can get up to North Scottsdale where all the kind of bucket list course are in about 25 minutes. And we're in a good location for where we're trying to do it.
Are you going out there, Trev, or what?
Some point, I just looked it up. It's 6 hours.
Okay.
Oh, you can make it. You're good.
Yeah, that's 6 hours. Ain't
You can make that in 4.
I don't know about cutting off 2 hours, but I could cut an hour off.
I thought you were from Philly.
No, I'm from California. Just Philly's my spirit city.
My spirit? That's so good.
That's the most California thing I've ever heard.
Right. It is. It's pretty gay. If I could live in Philly, I would. That's the only major city I think I'd consider living in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think this is the second glaze of the episode. I don't think we can glaze over the fact that probably one of the most famous turf dogs in the world is in your office right now. How fucking cool is that, man? Because I know a lot
It's
of
pretty wild.
Rye has quite a following on
He
Instagram. I know
does.
for sure.
He's definitely got more than I'll ever get, which is fine. I'm happy about that. I'm just when he scoops her shit up and throws it in the desert.
So,
yeah, I mean, dog has
how
a
many
better life.
followers does your dog have?
I think she's at like 3,000 right now.
Trev, you must
Nice.
follow her. No?
No, I don't. I'm not a dog guy.
That's true. That's true.
I would not pet the shit out of that dog and play fetch and fucking hang out and be a homie, but I'm not a, you know,
not following it.
I
Fair
mean,
enough.
I might now. I feel like I'm pressured to. Fuck.
Yeah,
You might have to hit that button. Yeah, a bunch of people, everybody out there, follow Rye of Scottsdale.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
don't, they're gonna make you feel like a piece of shit, like they just did to me.
Yeah,
So she goes back. She goes back for the tournament every year. You go with her, or is it vice versa?
we haven't gone back yet. You know, this is our
No?
first year without being at the Phoenix Open.
Oh,
We still have some great connections up there. There's still a lot of people we care about and love. So we'll pop up there for sure and
nice.
see some folks. You know, I don't know if we'll be running around the green like she usually is on the cup cutting ceremony. But yeah, no, it was great. I mean, she's been out on the golf course every day since she was 7 weeks old. And I mean, if you're going to be on the golf course, if you're going to be in this industry and put the hours in, you know, you kind of need an emotional support animal or at least a morale booster. So it's good to have a puppy around to get the crew kind of into it. And birds are obviously a huge issue. Migratory birds down here, especially coots.
Oh God, the coots, the devil ducks. Oh God, dude, they're the worst. You get coots up there, Adam?
I've never heard of a coot, man.
A coot is a fucking ugly, fat, chubby black duck with a cocaine white bill.
No,
Yeah.
They're
never seen it.
disgusting little shits that
They're
fucking waddle around like penguins, but they're surprisingly fast, and they're fucking disgusting. I hate
Wow.
those
As dumb
things.
as they are, they learn very quickly that if you like start running them over with a spray rig, they're like, "Oh, that's a bad machine. We go into the water."
That's true. Or you have
You only
if
have to hit one of them.
if you,
They adapt.
oh, dude, I've told my crew, I'm like, you see one, you absolutely have permission to run that shit over.
Because they won't get out of the way. They'll just be like, "Oh, got me."
No, you can catch them because they'll go left, right, left, right, left, right, and they freak out because their brains are just fucking little cinnamon buns, and they just twist everything into a roll, and they have no idea what the fuck is going on, and then you just bow and you fucking smoke them, and then you just move on, and then the wolves get them. But they get wise if you've got like we had my last course, I had a big coot issue for parts of the year, and I would put out the fake fox or the fake wolf, and I'd have to move them because they'd catch wise and they'd go up and like, I don't want to say sniff it because they're ducks. I don't think they sniff, but you know,
we
like
put the fake coyotes out. We'd come out and they'd be sitting on top of it. It's like that's
oh,
weird.
yeah, you got to
Sweet.
move them.
Yeah, we got this bird laser. It's like green laser that would just kind of shoot and kind of scare them off because if you ping them like right in the head, it irritates them.
Did it work?
It works fairly well. You bounce it off the water. At Scottsdale, it was kind of an issue because we bounced it off the water and Scottsdale Airport's like right there. It's like
Oh, shit.
I'm gonna have to get a federal offense there. But yeah, that was the main reason I got Rye was, you know, bird control and trying to just harass the hell out of them and try to actually grow some turf in because the irrigation pond up there is right on 11 and 15. You know, it's two pretty major holes. 11 being like the hardest hole, and 15 kind of right before 16. You know, I think is probably, in my opinion, the best hole in the golf course. So very visual areas. But yeah, man, those things are the worst. So that was the whole genesis of getting the dogs. Like we need another thing to harass them, see if we can get out of it. It worked.
Nice.
So I don't know if
It worked.
Fuck those coots. It almost sounds like a racial term. Like you can't really say
Yeah,
that
man, be
outside.
careful with that one. Don't go changing too many letters there.
Well, speaking of other animals on the course, what
Well
about the fish at Queenstown Harbor?
Eagle fight, yeah.
Yes.
I was spraying weeds at Queenston Harbor as an intern, and awesome. It's my family's property. Like I said, it's beautiful. It's right there on like Chesapeake Bay and the Chester River, kind of where they meet. And like we're an Audubon certified property, so we
Nice.
adopted a couple of eagles. And it's in a great spot. I mean, there's osprey and there's some really unique animals. Awesome wetland. And I'm out there just spraying, trying to kill off poison ivy and stuff and weeds and whatever. And you know, I'm not too deep in the woods, I'm like just on the edge. And this like fish, just good size, and just like drops to the ground, and just starts flapping around in front of him. What the hell is that? And I just hear this like, woof, woof, and I look up, and these two bald eagles are just sparring each other on their way down, fighting for this fish, like right on top of me. And I have to sidestep to get out of the way. And these things just huge. I mean, if you've ever been in front of an eagle, you know it's a big bird, but then there's two
Fucking
of them
huge.
kind of going full bore at each other. You're like, holy shit! Like you could be just a side. You're just collateral damage if something
Yeah,
happens.
I don't want to be a part of this.
Yeah, no, get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, I was
Far
like,
enough to where you're safe, but close enough where you can see that shit. Because I'm sure it was
yeah, I
pretty
went
epic.
full David Attenborough, and I'm like, I got the phone out, like this is awesome. But like now my heart rate's calmed back down. But yeah, I mean, out in the woods on the golf course, man, you see some interesting stuff. You know, whether it's people, animals, or just weird things in general.
I'd rather see the interesting stuff from the animals. Usually, interesting stuff from people are tending to be fucking up the golf course.
Yeah,
You know,
not a fan of that.
See, you come across some weird stuff.
Trev, speaking of which, Trev, I didn't ask you, what did you think about the whole Bigfoot sighting in Colorado?
Bigfoot's
No,
in California. It's not real.
Well, okay, I'm just saying, it's a viral video.
Yeah, they got jackalopes.
Jackalopes are, yeah, you know what a jackalope is? I think we talked about jackalopes in like the second or third episode of the show.
Yeah, it's
Really?
a jackrabbit with horns, essentially.
Yeah, it's a
that's
like
right.
with deer antlers.
With deer antlers, that's right. Yeah.
No, so
That's a real
sorry,
animal. Eh?
Yeah,
Crazy.
just like Bigfoot is, but sorry, Colorado, he's not there. He's in Humboldt County in California. Sorry.
It
It's
could be
not
his
just
cousins.
Not just a mountain Wookiee up there growing weed in Humboldt.
Well,
Yeah.
there's plenty of those,
Wookiee.
but this one's a special one that has very broad shoulders and bigger feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Ron Swanson at the fucking health food store. Like, oh my God, look at that.
Yeah, sorry. Sidetrack. I saw that video and I was like, oh, I wonder what Trev thinks about that. Old Sasquatch.
Not in Colorado, so.
Well, I guess we'll find out. It's like a whole aliens thing now. It's all just coming out. Fucking.
Yeah, right. Everyone's just like, all right, yeah, it's real.
Yeah, it's all real. Yeah,
yeah, it
Santa's
is.
coming to Christmas this year. Heads up.
Yeah, I got a busy ass December. Why do you think we're not recording the show?
That's right. Get ready.
Nice, man. So what's your guys' background? I know you're in California. Where are you, Adam? You got a couple
I'm in
flags.
Ottawa, Canada.
Oh, no kidding.
Starting to get really cold up here. Yeah.
Yeah, so he has no idea what coots are. They just sent us the geese. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's our problem up here is the geese. Exactly.
I think I'd rather. That's a tough one. Would you rather have coots or would you rather have geese?
Geese, because they go really well into my freezer. Coots are disgusting.
That's true. That's that part. I'm just worried. I just hate geese shit everywhere.
You just gotta keep them from nesting. As long as they don't nest on your course, then they won't be a problem.
I'm gonna keep them from living if they come on my course. Fucking
Nice.
nesting.
Yeah. I'm just saying, if they don't nest, then they won't be a problem. They'll stop in at different times, but they won't live there if they're not nesting. So I don't know.
Yeah,
Coots are just
turf dogs do it for us. We don't have any on our
They
course
help.
because of the
They
dogs.
do. That and air rifles. I think I put about 7
Fucking
geese in my freezer the first year I was at TPC, man. Just that goose population went from about a dozen to 0 pretty quick.
Nice.
And then the dog helped keep the rest away.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Fucking birds, dude. Speaking of fucking birds, on this show we like to have our fans or listeners ask questions for everybody. So we got a few from the pages. If you don't mind hopping in on us with a couple of these, they get pretty fun.
Okay. Yeah, man. What you got?
Adam, start it off.
I'm not ready, so you start.
You suck.
You said speaking of birds, and then I was like, here we go. He's gonna ask a bird question or something.
No, I'm just calling all these people asking questions a bunch of jive turkeys.
Joe, okay.
Yeah,
Fucking save.
Florida period greens. He asks, as an AIT, what is the most important things to focus on mastering, and in quotes, generally speaking?
As an AIT, everything. You're there to learn.
Fucking A, right?
Yeah, I mean, be involved in as many projects as you can. Usually as an AIT, in my experience, you feel like you get relegated to either irrigation or a spray rig, which is fine, but you got to kind of buy into it. You can't just be sitting there dog cussing yourself like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. Like, you got to, dude, if you want to perform and do something else, like, you need to master your trade. So whatever job they give you as an AIT, like, don't just do it. Ask questions like why you're doing certain things. If you're going out to spray, obviously you're in AIT, you probably went through school or in school, so you should have a basic understanding of the products you're putting out. But like, look at the timing, the conditions, your fertility. I think the biggest thing you can do as an AIT is just not get in your own head. It's hard to stay humble about things when you think you should be moving up or learning new tasks. But really, I mean, just enjoy the moment you're in and learn as much as you can at whatever job you're kind of assigned or whatever role you're given. Particularly, when people aren't there, if don't always try to perform when people are around. Make sure you're doing your job to the best of your ability while you're there. And if you don't know how to do something, man, don't be ashamed of it. Ask, what is the right way to do it? Because in this industry, there's no one answer, right? There's no silver bullet, like this is it. There's always multiple ways to do everything. So learn as much as you can from everyone, because tons of people have done the same job you're doing or similar in multiple different ways. So as an AIT, man, just don't get in your own head and just try to buy into the task you're doing and learn as much as you can. And if the opportunity comes up to learn something else, do it.
You'd be shocked in the comments about how many people believe there's only one way to do things and it's their way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can absolutely piggyback that answer, and kind of, I don't want to say dumb it down, but what you're doing as an AIT is whatever your superintendent needs the most. Like, what is he going to teach you? What are you going to hop on? I can't disagree with anything that you said there by any means, because that's what I preach. It's what Adam likes. That's what we say on the show. It's like, learn it all, ask the questions at the timely manner, and be hungry to do it. Yeah, couldn't have said it better myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Patience. Just gotta have patience.
How about you with their haircut?
You can't do it overnight. You just gotta have patience. It's gonna take time. It's gonna take reps. Get on the sprayer, have a rep. Next day you're in the hole, have a rep. Next day you're cutting greens. Like, gotta do that stuff over and over again to master it. So it's not gonna happen.
Are you ready now?
Yeah. I only have a couple on this side. Okay, this goes well with it. So this is from George Cross 14. What would you recommend for an apprentice in the UK? Are there any seminars or courses that I should take?
Move to the US and be a part of the GCSAA. UK, that's a tough one. I would reach out to Greg Evans, guest of the show, or Paul Larson, and ask one of those two guys. Because frankly, I don't know enough about UK greenskeeping to help you out there, pal.
Yep. Either one of those guys are good guys to reach out to.
It's a different game over there. Like they don't have the free range of chemicals that we get to really use.
Yeah.
Equipment availability is a little bit different. It's not like you're down in the Bahamas or anything, but it's different. I mean, the management style, a lot of it over there, and from what I've gathered and people I've talked to and learned and brought over for tournament, it's just like, it's so much more cultural practice heavy. Good cultivation, top dressing, shooting, whatever it is. It's especially in the UK when you start getting into like Scotland, Ireland, your true kind of link style courses. It's just so wet all the time. You have these crazy hot summers too. I mean, the way the courses, they shift from being baked out. Learn as much as you can, like you guys are saying. And the best thing you can do when you're kind of green in the industry is experience a ton of different golf courses, work for a lot of people, learn what they know about these different climates and microclimates within those courses, get involved, work tournaments, see people, live in different parts of the country and different parts of Europe and the world to learn as much as you can. Because, their environment's so vast, and the US is obviously massive and we have so many different growing environments, but over there too, I mean, you look at Marco Simone, they just hosted the Ryder Cup. I mean, they're growing past Palom, and then you go over to your traditional kind of Carnoustie and all those other courses in the kind of like the English Isles, and they're all a lot of fescues and Sempoa. It's so different over there. Just move around, learn as much as you can. I think that's the best way to do it. Network, and like to your point, if you can get to the States, man, you'll learn a lot. International programs are great. Ohio State's had a great program for a while. A lot of the people that I've met internationally have come through that program. They're some of my lifelong friends, and I mean, they go back to Australia, they go back to the UK or Spain or wherever they came from, that much more, lethal at their industry and their trade because of those experiences.
Yeah, they have like the master greenskeeper programs out there, just like we have GCSA, Class B, Class A, whatever. Their Master Greenskeeper one. It sounds from who we've spoken to, it's actually a little more intensive than the Class A. So
They really
they're going to
dive in.
have. There's going to be a solid program out there in the UK for you. It's at some point.
Yeah, and there's got to just be courses and classes you can take at different colleges, and like Scott was saying too, you could take an American program online. There's a lot of great universities and colleges that offer them. So
University of Georgia.
Yeah, be a bulldog.
Yeah, just don't go to Penn State.
No way. We've had a lot of people plug Penn State on the show.
It's the most popular one. It's the
biggest one. They have the biggest program.
Yeah. It's still a great program. Yeah.
What is the pettiest? This is from Gecko Knight. What is the pettiest way to deal with noise complaints without violating any laws? I need ideas. Wow.
Ooh, so I think he's talking about home noise complaints because it's bringing in laws and there's noise ordinances. And I've dealt with this, and we've had the same kind of revenge thing. We will literally set the entire fleet there until say it's 7 o'clock. It'll be 6:59. We will roll up, and then we will start all the fucking machines at 7 o'clock on the nuts.
That would probably do it.
Yeah, I'm talking.
But if it's a law, it's
blowers,
a law, right? Like,
fucking yeah.
You also live on a golf course, so like,
exactly.
Yeah,
your mechanic might hate it, but if you start everything up full throttle, I think you'll get your point across.
Yeah, our old course, we used to have 5 houses that were right beside the shop. So every morning we'd be turning everything on, and I'd always say, like, those people are all awake. They have to all be awake. Like,
or
there's no
they
way.
Got really good insulation.
I don't know.
Yeah, but you live on a golf course. You're part of, like, one of the 1-2% of people in the world. Like,
yeah, like you got to understand where you live.
Turn the air conditioning on. Go back to bed.
Put earplugs in and shut the fuck up in your $1 million house.
Yeah,
pretty much. You can't afford to not hear it, then you shouldn't do it in there.
Yeah, I'm a little
fired you up, eh? So how about you, Scott? How would you deal with that one?
Yeah, man. Jump on Trevor there, man. Fire him up 6:59 in 48 seconds. Let him down.
Yeah,
exactly.
Take a couple extra passes in front of that house.
Yeah, you know what? I missed that cleanup. Hold on. Can you come back and blow it again?
Oh, fuck. I went the wrong direction today. Oh.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the pettiest ways, but by all means, man.
Or you just stick someone, if say they're by wherever, T-box green, you just stick someone there with a hand blower for a fucking couple hours.
Yeah,
just constant blower.
Make that your firework hole.
Yep.
Yeah. That's not a bad
I love
idea.
Fucking with people like that.
That's the best.
Yeah.
Because like you don't ever fuck with the people who are cool. You never mess with them. I go out of my way to keep a blower away from these folks' houses because they're so fucking cool. Yeah, I'll go out until the sun's up. I'll keep a blower away. If they were dickheads, fuck, dude, you're getting a blower every goddamn morning. Like, fuck you.
Yeah, it's all about how you react to the situation. You're gonna come out like looking for violence. Like, you're not gonna like what you get. But if you're cool and cordial about it, like I'm sorry, man. Like, we'll try to work around a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. You go, hey, we're trying to sleep. We got a baby, whatever. There's things that are gonna make it doable. But if they're dickheads, fuck them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, golf course was here before you were, so fuck off.
Yep, you're in the crosshairs.
And this episode of the Turf Today podcast was also brought to you by Aquatrolls. And it is early order program season, and Aquatrolls is making EOP easier than ever. Simply sign up for Aquatrolls Approach and earn points on your purchases all year long. Even better, all purchases made before April 30th earn double points. Redeem these points directly in Approach for gift cards, account credits, and more. Sign up today for Approach at aquatrolls.com.
Oh, let's see. C Prosper 23. If you could add 2 pieces of equipment to your fleet, what would they be?
I think every golf course needs a mini excavator.
Dude, the dream. Yeah.
Mini X is the best thing you can get. And then probably a carpet tote around. Drainage, irrigation, materials. I think the mini X is the saving grace for anything.
Fucking A, that's a fantastic answer because mine are all petty and personal.
Mini X for sure.
Mini X is that's a fucking
that's a good one.
Couldn't agree more. I think I like the big PTO blowers on the back of the tractors that can blow
The big bird gals.
Yeah, the ones that can fucking throw you across a fucking fairway.
Yeah, get the fuck out of the way.
I miss having one of those. Personally, for my course, I just need a fucking greens mower that works.
Right. Somewhere to start.
But dude, yeah, Mini X is fuck yeah, dude.
Mini X, yeah. I got one that's a little different. For years, I've been saying I want a snow machine for the course for the winter because we got to take a tractor around sometimes. And fuck, if we got a snow machine,
Are you talking like, yeah? Are you talking like the plow with the fucking like
no,
birch?
it's like a Sea-Doo, but it's for snow. They call they call
like
it,
an actual snow
Oh,
machine.
you mean a
they call it
snowmobile?
Ski-Doo. Yeah,
Oh, a
snowmobile. Yeah,
It's a snowmobile.
up here they call them snow machines. Sorry,
I mean, that makes perfect sense. But
it's just
also,
one of those things.
down here in like California, our snow machine is the machines that make the fucking snow on the mountains, so they can get a
Okay,
base
yeah,
sooner.
yeah, fair
Yeah,
enough.
that would be our snow machine.
Yeah, but yeah, no.
Snow
So
shatter.
a Ski-Doo on the course would be good because you could just rip around in the winter.
Yeah, that's a good way to go about it. I don't think I have that issue down here. But
No,
Yeah,
you guys
I'm
are.
not seeing much snow and
yeah, not a lot in Scottsdale. Seen a couple frostings and a couple little flurries, but yeah, I like
nothing
that.
too wild.
Yeah.
What's your last one there? Snow machine.
No, I think Mini X. We've used one that we've had from a construction company the last couple of years for our renovation. I think if we were able to have one full time, like we have a backhoe on the back of a tractor, but to actually have the X, with
That's
the
nice
tracks and
too, but the
everything.
Mini X is like,
You can get into places and move yourself around and like,
yeah.
yeah,
Well, and you're right on top of your dig too. You don't,
Right.
you know.
Right? You don't get a whole backhoe like parked on something, or like, yeah, it's just,
Yeah, you have to put the fucking feet down, and then most of them have the scraper too, so you can kind of push dirt around too a little bit too and flatten some shit out.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking Mini X's.
the amount of tree work you could do with that fucking thing too, that'd be so helpful.
Oh yeah.
God damn.
Just whack them in, dig up the root ball, smack it over. You can do
Yeah.
everything.
Do everything with it.
Attachment for it for rock, man. They're the best.
Hell yeah.
Put it on the list, Trev. Capital purchase next year.
Definitely. On mine.
Next year, my ass.
The last one I have, and this is a fun one. We haven't had this one before. Our Hills brand. Is it okay to bring a putter out when changing holes? And if so, how many putts per hole? Do you bring a putter out when you change holes?
No, I bring a stimp meter because I can putt with a stimp meter because I'm a professional.
Fucking mic drop moment number
That's
2
so
of the
good.
show. Yes.
I mean, it depends.
So
I mean, are
good.
you an assistant? Are you super? Are you an intern? If you're an intern and I see you with a putter out there on a golf course, you're supposed to be cutting cups, man. You better have some good reasons.
You
know?
better have some straight fucking flags and some fast fucking timing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some perfect goddamn plugs. I bring a putter out. I think you get 2 putts tops and fucking move on. You can't waste your time. Again,
Yeah.
I'm on a slow public course. We have time to kind of fuck off here and there. You know, if it's your last couple cuts or cups of the fucking thing and there's no one around, it's like, yeah, flick it through a few putts. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
At higher end, yeah, you better be fucking good and in the right position or you're fucked.
I think
100%.
it depends too, right? If you're setting up for like a shotgun and like you don't have a pin sheet, you want to see how something goes, like put a marker out there and roll a couple at it. That makes sense for sure.
Yeah, I think that's different than the question though. I think he's wanting to like get his reps in with the putter. If you've got it out there, like,
yeah.
oh, this pin looks kind of sketchy. Is this putt like somewhat makeable? Is this ball gonna fucking fly when it goes? That makes way. Yeah, throw some balls at the pin. Yeah, I think it's a little different.
Huge difference between practicing your putting and trying to find a good spot for a cup.
Yeah, which you can intermingle as long as you don't fucking putt like Patrick Cantlay or fucking anyone who's slow as shit. Get up, line up, and hit the motherfucker.
Yeah, I've cut a hole before, dropped a couple balls, and putted at it, and you're like, I can't leave it here. Like we have a course with really slopey greens, and sometimes it's just tough to tell. And you go hit a putt from a certain angle, and it's like, fuck, nobody's gonna make this putt today. Like anywhere you leave this, you got to move it a certain spot.
Yeah,
I don't know. I tell my guys sometimes I don't want to see a putter out every green, but if you have one that's questionable, put a couple balls down, if you got the time, just check it out. But yeah, if you see a guy going out there and he's lining up the ball and he's got his own putter and shit, and like, no, that's not
Yeah.
what
Yeah,
I'm
you
doing.
have to have a cart putter. You got to have the one that has no putter cover that's been fucking tossed around, rusty and shit. Like, yeah, if you're going out with your baby,
No,
eh,
Yeah,
maybe on a big day, but other than that,
better.
yeah, I can't say I haven't like had an event in the afternoon and hit a couple putts with my gamer in the morning.
hitting slap shots with your putter.
Yeah, fuck, there's nothing better than being on the green early in the morning with nothing going on, just a putter and a couple balls.
Everything's still dewy around you except for the green that just got mowed. Fuck yeah.
Mm, that is nice.
Um, Turf guy 5'2", whoever that is,
It might be a new guy.
probably. Do you switch between grooved and smooth front rollers on the greens? If yes, when?
Yeah, I kind of do. I prefer to have the smoother ones when I overseed, when I have my trib out there, especially when it's kind of juvenile. I want to press it down. I want to try not to pick anything up. I prefer to use grooved when I'm usually on Bermuda grass. When we transition out, because I want to try to dig it up, get a little bit more down pressure on, try to get to raise, try to eliminate a little bit more grain. I think there's applications for both, but it depends on your environment and what you're managing at the time for sure. But some people might tell you completely opposite of what I mean. That's the thing. Everyone's opinions are different in this industry. You gotta see what you think works and like it and believe it. If you don't, try the opposite. There's other rollers out there, Wiley rollers, there's all kinds of stuff for greens, collars, approaches, whatever.
Is that the Wiley one? Is that the yellow kind of hard composite?
Big guy.
Yeah. Those are interesting. I guess if you have the money, it's good to try different things and switch it up. It's always good to switch it up, right? But I don't know. I haven't
Yeah.
seen our guys switch them too much. We like to go with the what are they called? Not the smooth, but the
Rollers.
grooved.
Ones.
Yeah, couldn't find the groove. Found the groove.
Adam, Emperor's New Groove.
Yes.
I've never switched them. I like the idea of switching of an overseed. We don't really overseed out here when it comes to greens. I think it would be nice after maybe a verticut just to really hack down and get that compression that we want. But yeah, I've never switched. I've always had the grooves. I've never been at a place where they changed rollers and I never noticed it. But in my shoes, I've never had a position where I've needed to even think about it, just because of either budget or equipment availability or whatever. It's just never become a necessity. Everything's always been fine.
Makes sense. It's a good idea.
Yeah, if you can play around with it, hell yeah. I'm sure that there's something that's going to work better than something else on a certain grass type at a certain time of year or what the fuck ever.
Yeah.
I've just never had the good fortune to be able to play around with it. But I do like the solid roller when like maybe not after top dressing it like immediately, because it's probably just going to clump up like a motherfucker. But like
Probably.
a week after that top dress, when you got the sand really in there, I think a solid roller would be nice just to add on a little more smoothness is a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Potentially.
Well, it's been an hour here with Scott. I know we don't want to keep you all night. Is there anything else you wanted to personally talk about or address?
Come out to Arizona, come see grass clipping, come see our night golf course. We got, I think one of the most unique properties in the industry for the United States, not the world at some point, we get it up and running. These guys have an awesome brand. I'm super excited to be a part of it. They believe in me as a greenskeeper and giving me the opportunity to renovate this course and build a team around myself that I think will succeed. And, this project's going to be awesome, and it's for everyone. It's not for exclusive groups. I mean, there'll be corporate memberships and things that we want to do, but the whole idea is we want golf to be accessible and inviting and enjoyable for people. It's a great thing. I'm excited about it. I'm only here because I was able to kind of move around in my career and learn a bunch from a ton of different people and a lot of different golf courses and a lot of different environments. So, if you have the opportunity to pick up and move somewhere and learn a new part of your trade, it might be nervy, but the best thing for you is going to be to kind of get uncomfortable and learn something new and take those risks and those chances that'll really kind of help you develop as a greenskeeper and learn more about yourself and learn more about your trade. And, eventually you'll find your way to hopefully the best opportunity you can put yourself in.
Nice.
Hell yeah. I need to get one of those hoodies. I like that.
Yeah, this is called the Rye.
It's called the what?
Future Rye. It's for
Yes.
overseeing for my dog.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Dig it.
Nice. Hook you guys up. We'll send you a couple.
That'd be
Ooh,
sweet. I was gonna
I'm
say, are you
about it.
guys what's the deal for February when you know around showtime? Because is that close to you guys where they're gonna be having all that?
Yeah, if you guys you're coming down for GIS, man, come see us. We'll be open. We won't be fully blown out like we're supposed to be. We'll be doing range construction and building out the restaurant and building out the outdoor bar. We got about 3 bars on property that we need to construct.
Wow.
We'll be around. So if you're coming to the show, I think it's over in Phoenix Convention Center. We're not
Mhm.
far away. We're right down the road, maybe 15, 20 minutes down. Golf is going to be jammed up that time of year. I mean, it's a busy time of year to try to play golf in Scottsdale, Phoenix
Well, let's
area.
just book our tea time right now, Adam.
Yeah,
I think that we
seriously.
can get ahead of the
Put
crowd.
us down.
Go to grassclippings.com and click on the golf tab, man. It's there.
Beautiful.
Bam.
Beautiful.
Hell yeah. All right, man. This has been super fun. I'm definitely going to go out there at some point, whether it be for the show. Well, we'll be there for the show, but hopefully at a different time as well. Definitely going to go for the night golf. That's going to be sick.
Yeah.
If you're ever in San Diego, I know some folks and play some golf.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's been a blast. Thanks for having me on, guys. Really nice to kind of meet you and talk a little bit, and hopefully everyone enjoyed listening to me kind of rant about whatever it is I talk about. I kind of just go sometimes.
Oh, it was great,
That's the
man.
way it goes.
Yeah. I'm sure people are
Perfect.
going to enjoy it. Plus, getting to meet Rye too. What a special treat. That's unreal.
Yes,
I know
everybody
there's a lot
loves
of
meeting
people.
a dog that doesn't talk on an audio podcast. It's
Dude,
fucking awesome.
I promise you, there's a lot of people listening to this that know exactly who she is, and they're smiling right now. The fact that she was a part of this, I'm telling you, she's big in this industry.
I'm not denying that. It's just an audio podcast.
Yeah, we'll have to get a picture of her up, just like the bobblehead last week, folks. She'll be up there.
That's true. Very true.
All right, Scotty.
man.
Well, enjoy the rest of your night. We appreciate you doing this.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Take care.
All right, brother. Have a good night.
Are you tired of having to restore and fix the same traffic wear areas on your golf course every season? If so, we have to tell you about the Track Mats product line, golf's #1 solution to wear path elimination. The team at Track Mats have developed an extremely effective series of products that maintain a perfect turf aesthetic and protects the turf from getting compacted and eroding away. Go to trackmats.com, that's TRAQMATZ, or check them out on Twitter/Instagram to connect with their team and solve your wear issues today.
As if he glazed over that master story the first time. I was like, I hope Trev asks him to go back.
Fucking kidding me? That shit was on tab.
I'm like, rewind you.
Yeah. It's like, all right, he's on a roll. He's talking about it. Back that shit up. Previous episode.
Can't just say you worked at the Masters and then move on.
I did not expect it to be working at the bar.
Yeah. Hey.
But that's why, because he's like, when he said he did everything else and all over the industry, I was like, well, he might not have worked grounds because he never mentioned Class A superintendent. So I was going to say, are you Class A, which I'm assuming he probably is. But
Yeah.
because you
Probably.
can't work the Masters without being Class A.
Right. So
I shouldn't say you
volunteered in a
can't.
different
It's
way.
just they're not going to accept you unless you fucking know who. It's like, I don't know, someone insane, but they probably still won't even accept you.
to be on the grounds crew, right?
Yeah, you got to be a Class A superintendent.
Yeah. Because there's people there that just like hold signs or like spray down
Yeah,
the
it's-
bathrooms or like
That's completely different. Yeah. When you're talking grounds crew, yeah. You obviously don't need to be a Class A superintendent to fucking 10 bar.
right.
Although, gotta be
Sounds
honest
like he
with you.
cleaned up down there though. It's a hell of a
I was going
time.
to say, I got to be honest with you. I think I'd probably rather 10 bar there for the week.
Maybe.
Fucking-
Maybe.
Maybe.
Oh fuck. No, I don't know. I don't know too many people that pass up the opportunity to get to like cut greens or rake bunkers or just to be out on that course.
I did like Dave's question. That was a good one. The smooth, that made me think of the different rollers and whatnot. That was
Yeah,
cool.
might be something to play with.
Yeah.
ideas
Darren's
around.
Fox. Are you guys doing anything on your course with biodiversity, for example, wildflower areas?
That's a cool one. We had 2 bee colonies last year on our course. They didn't come back this year. We didn't didn't have the big hives, but last year we had them. Which I think we had them for 2 years. The first years they produced a lot of honey. The second year they didn't produce as much, and that's why the company chose not to bring them back. But yeah, we had a lot of wildflowers on the property, and they were able to produce quite a bit of honey from it. And it was cool because they did like a spring harvest, and the honey tasted really light and kind of floral. And then they did a fall harvest, and it was like an amber, darker honey. It was really cool.
We can't. I don't have the budget or time to do it. I would love to. Goat Hill Park does. They have.
Are they
quite a few-
Autobahn?
Goat?
Mm-hmm.
I doubt it.
Because that's a big part of it, right? Like you kind of have to do something when you have your Autobahn.
You have to do it to get your Autobahn.
Both,
I mean,
definitely. You have to keep it up, right?
The company I work for is huge into getting our courses Autobahn certified. So we're trying to start the process. It's an extremely long process for those that want to do it. It's like at least a year-ish of just paperwork alone.
Even just the renewal. I did the renewal 1 year, and it's a lot.
Yeah. It's a lot, but it's very, very cool. It's a good thing to have tagged to your course because when not only on, I don't want to say clout, but being recognized as an Autobahn course is like, it means you're doing shit right. It's really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, Goat does. They have a bunch of bees. They have a ton of different wildflowers. They kind of just let things be. Ironically,
nice. Yeah. The more leaving the bees alone, the better. That's for sure.
Yeah, don't fuck with the bees, man. Hornets, kill them.
Yeah, all those little ones, get them.
Yeah, I always feel bad when I see a fucking struggling, dying bee on the green and I'm mowing. So it's like I can't save all of them. Sorry, buddy.
I feel bad, but I
really hope it's quick.
Yeah,
I really hope it's quick.
Well, the one I hate the most is the worms. It's hard to tell
worms.
guys to like go pick the worms up, but sometimes it just makes
zap
such a
them,
fucking mess.
Zap them, dude. So my last course, we had an island green, and we had these fucking cranes, and they would just pick frogs out and eat their guts out and leave the carcasses on the greens.
Oh,
I shit you not. The record was 13. It was Frogageddon.
Through the reels,
dude. You could just see them, just zap zap. Like they were just all over the green. It's like I'm not gonna go pick that shit up with my hands. I have a perfectly good street sweeper right here. But yeah, we called it Frogageddon. They're already dead. It was kind of like
red patches all over the green here.
No, it never caused any turf damage, which was
wow.
nice. Yeah, no turf damage came from that. But when they shit, those fucking cranes, their shit is extremely acidic.
Oh yeah, extremely. They'll fuck the greens up hard.
Well, just a baseball-sized spot.
Sometimes.
Yeah,
sucks when you have.
You guys have cranes with fucking diarrhea, just fucking splatter patterns everywhere.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
You're quick and confident. Yeah, was amazing.
I've been dealing with it for years. Those motherfuckers can't hit a spot. Like, it's tough.
God damn. All right, I guess we have very proper and polite and well, fucking. Nah, my joke's not funny. Well fibered fucking cranes.
Good old diets.
Palmer.Spoonenberg. No, Spooner. Whatever. I'm going with Spoonenberg. Most important trait for a soup to have.
I don't know. I said patience earlier. That's a big one.
Yeah. I don't know if it's necessarily the most important. I'd say, I guess patience and being level-headed. Level-headed, just, you got to even keel. It's the fucking hardest thing to do.
Yeah.
And 2 brooms snapped in the last 2 days, and they tried to hide them. And I found both of them. And I got my crew together. And was like, all right, I don't care who did it. But if you guys break a fucking broom, just tell me. It's a broom. It's fine. Shit breaks. Don't fucking hide it. You're not children. You're grown men. Have some fucking accountability and own up to it. It's not hard. Shoot me a text. Oh, dude, broom snapped. Sorry.
Yeah. We need a new broom. Okay.
Not that hard.
On the list.
Fucking A. Drives me insane.
That's fucking
piss you off. Most important trait. I'd go with, you said patience, that I agree with. I'd go with like even keel. Just kind of, keep your emotions in check.
Don't get too high. Don't get too low. Yeah. The other one I was going to say is resiliency, because you cannot give up. doing what we do. It's a fucking, if you give up, like it's over because you have to keep coming back every day and doing the right things to advance the chains, as they say. Always got to be pushing forward.
Mm.
Sometimes I don't know how you guys do it, to be honest with you. Tough one. You can't shut your brain off too, right? Like you think about your golf course when you're not there, don't you?
It sucks, dude.
Yeah.
It sucks. Yeah. Even on vacation, it's like still dealing with shit.
Well, we know
Always.
you can't go on a vacation without something catastrophic happening. So
I'm afraid to like even go a little bit past my house, let alone out of town now.
I'm going to the Burger King in the next county over. Like, is that a bad idea? Yeah.
Who
it's a bad
travels
idea.
for Burger King?
Well, I don't know. The guy last week was saying there aren't too many left anymore. So is there a lot of In-N-Outs there, or is it just kind of like there are?
Depends on the area you're at.
Okay.
Yeah. So In-N-Out only puts their restaurants where they can get fresh produce like that day.
Wow.
Yeah. That's
That's
why
cool.
there's so little of them.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's
That
pretty
is a
neat.
great business model, though.
Yeah. No, they slay it. Eli Householder _ do you or Trevor have to deal with silvery thread moss in bent greens?
Hello, Eli. We'll see you next week, sir.
Is he coming on the show next week?
He's our guest next week.
That's right. I think I set that one up. I should probably know that.
That's okay. Silvery moss?
Silvery
have-
thread moss.
Oof.
I can't
We've
say
dealt-
I have had to deal with it.
We have had some moss. I can't tell you if we've identified it that directly.
I didn't know
But-
that there was different types of mosses.
Well, there is moss, and then there's like if it could be
Randy
more of-
moss.
could be more of an algae too, right? Yeah. Sometimes depending on if it's black or if it's green, could be more of an algae. But Quicksilver, put a low rate Quicksilver in every tank that's going out on those greens, and over time it'll get it. It's just
Great
you gotta
cash,
stick to
homie.
it. You just gotta stick to it. You can't do it a few times or like one month and be like, oh, it's not working.
You
You
sound
gotta
like a
stick to
fucking
the
salesman,
Quicksilver.
dude.
Just telling you, well, fuck, you can get a case of it for not too much, and there's little bottles. You don't have to put too much in your tank. Like, get a case, use it for 1 year, and I'm telling you, it's gonna work.
Matty Rodrigue. This fucking guy. In
Yeah.
the last episode, how come Costco
Uh-oh.
dogs were not in the conversation when talking dogs? Mind
I
your
don't
own
know.
fucking business.
And is Costco dogs known as like a top dog? Okay.
In reality, it's not a fucking top dog. Is it solid and always true? Yes.
Is it the
Is it
most
top
least expensive
dog?
thing in that store?
100%. Yeah. Why? Because we don't play favorites on this show, Maddie.
Yeah.
Especially when
Yeah.
it comes to the just over exaggerated, amplified importance of the quality of dog going down your threshold.
Yeah. And you know what's funny is you think about Costco and you think of hot dogs, but when you think of hot dogs, you don't think of Costco. So let's go with that.
I think, yeah, it's true. I think like Nathan's. I think of Nathan's hot
Yeah.
dogs.
I can't think of Nathan's without Joey Chestnut and that fucking
That's
set of
why,
jibs
bro.
he has, man.
Yeah. Although a fucking Vienna beef is the tits too. That's
Is
stuff's
it?
so good. Yeah.
What long Vienna?
The V.
Wow.
Jordan Callis, I don't know. When and where are you two playing your neutral site match play event? Well, first off, we're not playing match play. It's going to be stroke play. Straight up, no
Yeah.
handicaps.
I'm gonna stroke him off.
Oh, God.
What?
My show's over.
Separate carts. The fuck?
I'm going to wear a fucking cup.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. The way I fucking swing, buddy.
Jesus Christ.
That could have been taken.
You know what episode my wife just finished and has been commenting on?
She's a big fan now, eh?
Yeah. She's commenting a lot on your obsession with the elk penis that is now making an ironic cum back.
It's that was the episode when my mom stopped listening to the show.
Your mom stopped listening. My wife was way more interested. All right. Lost a fucking viewer. Great.
You know what? She's not a greenkeeper, so she can find another show.
Yeah.
She's retired now. She's got way too much to do. Way too fucking busy for podcasts now.
Oh man. Okay. Well, we should answer what, where, and when. I think we'll. Oh fucking A! We're gonna play it at Scotty's place in Arizona.
Under the
Boom.
lights. Okay.
Well, no, the lights aren't gonna be done yet. He said.
You want the lights to be off, don't you? Fucking spinning it around on me, eh?
No.
We'll just play during the day. That works too.
He fucking said the lights weren't gonna be done yet.
Hopefully one of those bars are open though. 3 on a golf course.
Well, he said that there's big restaurants. There's gonna be one in the restaurant. There's probably
Yeah.
gonna be like a snack shack, and then there's probably gonna be a bar at the turn. But he said it was a short course though too. But Jesus Christ, wow, I don't know.
Yeah, but yeah, that would be the play. If
I think
we're
that'd be
down
fun.
there,
We haven't said anything yet, so
no, we have not.
hold your horses.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. It's really too bad that they got GIS and the tournament so far apart. Like that could have been back to
The
back.
city can only handle so much debauchery.
Oh yeah, all those superintendents coming.
Then again, there's ASU, so
Right.
there's year-round debauchery.
Yeah, I'm sure they're ready for us.
What I would really like to do is go see the ASU practice facility.
Yeah, there is that as well.
Yeah,
There'd
we
be
can
some
find
fun
a way
stuff
to
down there.
find a way to get that done. Last question. Probably the most important question that's ever been asked on this show. Don't fucking get too excited.
If it's green or red, I'm hanging up.
It's not, but I was very tempted.
Green or
There
red?
was that question legitimately came in. We already did that one. Do you guys have any go-to podcasts or playlists while out on the course? Fucking Turf Today podcast. Duh. The fuck?
Yeah. Other than this one, I don't know.
Yes, I do. I got
Yeah,
plenty.
you're the one to ask. I don't wear headphones on the golf course, so it'd be up to you.
Loser.
I can't.
Small Town Murder is a fucking phenomenal podcast. Time Suck with Dan Cummins is pretty good. As for playlists, what was I listening to today? I had Our Last Night radio on. I listened to I Prevail radio on. This is all on Spotify. Listen to Nevermind, Nirvana's album. That was a good one. Yeah, basically I'm pretty much blasting metal into my face.
Nice. Just getting going, eh?
Yeah. I found this sick band that's not metal, but they're like a cool band called Balance and Composure.
Okay.
Yeah, they're pretty neat. The album, what is it? The album's called The Things We Think We're Missing. It was a pretty good album.
I just looked it up. The top 5 golf podcasts right now: Foreplay, Subpar, No Laying Up, Rick Shields Golf Podcast, and Shotgun Start with Andy Johnson.
Shotgun Start's fucking great. I think you'd like them too. And then Fried Egg is another really good one. They talk
Fried
a lot
Egg
of golf.
is a very good
Yeah,
one.
yeah, they talk a lot of golf architecture and stuff. That's a really, really good one. I thoroughly enjoy Fried Egg.
We finally, if you go to Chartable, if you type in turf, we're the #1 show, which is fucking cool.
So we're the #1 show on turf. Legitimately, It's not just like we're saying it now.
Yeah.
We're so good that we made our own fucking category.
We got lots of good stuff.
Oh, no, I do have one more thing. So my wife's been listening to the show, right? So she caught on to the Gnome Gate.
Oh, okay. Which is
She admitted,
kind of slowed down.
well, it's at a standstill because we're waiting for Dave to give up the hostage. No, we've talked about it. I think he's trying to come out here early next year and hand deliver it. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
That'd be good.
But my wife, not knowing this, is like heard and got curious, and she's like, "Holy shit! There's like $300 or $400 on eBay, and like one of them's like $6,000." And I'm like, "Yeah, keep listening. You'll hear me say that." But she's like, "I almost got you one. There was one for like $200, and like I almost got it for you, and then I didn't." I'm like, well, I'm glad you didn't, because $200 for a gnome is something I would do, not something you would do.
Yeah, come on. Don't sink to my level here.
Not the
I'm
funniest.
such an idiot. I never put two and two together that that was his dog. He's probably like, what the fuck? Like,
I had
he's probably
no
like, how
fucking
did he not
idea.
know that?
I had no fucking clue about the dog in general.
Because remember at the beginning of this whole thing, I was like, yeah, he doesn't have Instagram. Like, we don't follow him on Instagram.
Oh,
But
should I just follow the dog on the page then?
this is what I'm saying. He does have Instagram. He does follow Turf today.
He
But he's
just
got a
doesn't use
private
it.
Rye of Scottsdale. Yeah, 2,500 followers.
There we go. We'll follow the pup. His pup was on the show.
Yeah. I thought that was so cool. There's gonna be people that are like, no fucking way, that's sick.
Or they're gonna be like, yeah, cool, whatever, dog.
Yeah, sweet dog. Another
Cool,
fucking
whatever, dog in general. Like, pun intended.
Yeah. Let's get a fucking turf cat out there, boys.
Dude, I'm down. I want
Yeah.
shop cats so bad.
Wouldn't turf cat be a great name for a cart? That fucking turf cat out the
There's 100% a turf cat of some sort of tool out there. No
Yeah.
doubt. There has
Yeah.
to be.
Let's Google it. It's gonna be like ooh, Jacobson?
Oh, it's fucking ruined.
It's legit a Jacobson turf cat 600.
Nice.
It looks like a deck mower, basically. That is funny. Well, here we go. And there's probably people out there listening that fucking knew that. So now we're all on the same page.
I knew it but didn't know it, if that makes sense. Like
Like it sounded familiar.
yeah, I've definitely seen one because I'm gonna be one. It's like turf cat, it's dope.
Yeah, you're a turf cat.
Yeah. Maybe that's why I should change my Instagram handle too. Oh, one thing we can talk about on the show, because none of that other shit goes on there. Most of it, there's some of it that can go. NHL has started.
Mm-hmm.
Connor Bedard has already scored his first goal.
Yeah.
In his second game. That was cool. We've talked about it before. I have declared myself a team.
And it's not a California team, right?
No, it's not.
So you are now
New Jersey Devils, baby.
Oh, the Devils. The
Let's do it.
Devils.
This is how they got me. One, the jerseys are dope, especially the black alternates with the stripes. I love those. They're sick. Their Instagram bio is 3-time Stanley Cup champs and the dynasty that haters love to hate. You are now trapped here. Fuck.
And you were like, got me.
Dick. Yep, you got me. And in NHL 2K23, I think, they drafted me in the first round. So,
yeah, bit of a two-parter, but
yeah.
But go Devils, eh?
Go Devils, yeah. Watching him's fun. That Nico guy's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Jack Hughes is a stick, obviously.
So they hired Lindy Ruff, who's a legendary coach in the NHL, and
yeah, they just re-signed him.
So his first season, he wasn't off to a great start, and fans were fucking giving it to him. And I think you were saying fire, Lindy.
Then they started getting hot, and they're like, "We're sorry, Lindy."
Yeah, sorry, Lindy.
Yeah, fantastic.
But what a way to win such a group back. That gets everybody so tight and on the same page. So they're gonna be good. All right, everybody's favorite segment, back of the day. You going first or am I going first? I got the food one. You got the golf one.
We talked earlier about Tiger and that kid dunking on him twice.
Yeah.
There is a 12,500 to 1 chance of making a hole in one.
How did they come up with that?
Oh, the hole in one. It is what all golfers strive to achieve. Don't worry, you're not a bad player. The odds are just against you. There is a 12,500 to 1 chance the typical golfer will make a hole in one. That's because even with the width that's because the width of the hole is so small. Even with professional golfers, they can go their whole career without making a hole in one.
Which is true, right? There are guys on tour that don't have one.
Oh hell yeah!
Well, you have to play 12,000 par threes to have an opportunity.
12,500.
Right. And then you got your one chance.
Well, that's not necessarily how that works, but I get where your brain's going.
Yeah.
All right, blow my mind with the food fact.
How long does food stay in your stomach for?
Well, it depends on how often I have coffee.
There are some outside factors.
Yeah.
This just says
Taco
after
Bell?
you eat. I mean food, bro.
Yeah, it is. It's fucking delicious. How dare you disrespect the bell?
They opened one around here, and it's like the classiest looking restaurant ever. It makes me laugh out loud when I drive by it. Like
Yeah,
it's
their
so
new their new
upscale.
remodels are like mahogany.
Yeah,
I'm like, bro.
we get it. You've taken all our money, all our fucking dirty money from all over the years, and you're just gonna beef up your restaurants.
Yeah, beef up your fucking burrito.
Yeah.
Shut up, Taco
Beef
Bell.
up your fucking food. All right. So it says after you eat, it takes about 6 to 8 hours for food to pass through your stomach and your small intestines. Food then enters your large intestine, which is your colon, for further digestion, absorption of water, and finally elimination of undigested food. 6 to 8 hours. I think most people would know that, though, eh? That isn't really much of a fact.
I couldn't say that would be common knowledge. If you thought about it for a little bit, like, oh, I had dinner at fucking 5 and now it's 6 a.m. I have to shit my face off, like,
Why are we talking about this?
because it has to come up on every episode.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Oh, fuck. So anyway, 6 to 8 hours. If it's not going every 6 to 8 hours for you, maybe you might need to work on that.
I'm fucking tired.
Yeah, it's almost 9 o'clock here.
5:50 here. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna eat for dinner.
Damn.
Oh God.
I can send you some of the soup we had. It was fucking real nice.
A fuck you soup. What's the middle finger for?
I wasn't happy about the soup.
So you flipped me off? I didn't fucking make your soup.
No, it's true. All right, buddy. Have a good night. We'll chat soon.
I'm gonna go play Madden.
Keep those fucking reels sharp and keep those
See if
what?
I want to see if Chipotle delivers to my house.
They fucking better, bro. Extra guacamole too for the boys.
For the Hovland.
Yeah.
Can I get the Hovland, please?
Yeah, because he can afford it.
Yeah, he sure can.
Yeah. All right, buddy.
Okay, bye.
Have a good one.